Favor. Hi everyone. Good evening. It's gonna be a very closed just see it like a roundtable discussion because it's a small group, which is good. The beautiful thing about small groups is that you can just have a roundtable conversation and everyone's question gets answered. I hope you can all hear me. Good evening, good evening, good evening. So good to hear. Although just one person introduced themselves. I'm not sure if I saw that introduction. So should I start calling your name so that I can tell us about you? I can see. Is it Shla? Yeah, sure. I don't know who that is. Please tell us your name, what you would like us to address you. But I can see Donald as well. Hi, Donald. Hi, Tommy. Hi. Hi, everyone. Let me see if I can call other names. Please feel free to introduce yourself where you're joining us from, just like Favor has said. Um, you are welcome, everybody. You're welcome. I can see Chidiebere as well. I can see Alavi Azizat. Hi, Alavi Azizat. How are you? Natasha, hello. I can see Kemi Odola. Hi, Kemi. How are you doing? Hi, Tomisi. How are you? Hi, Edith. How are you? How is everyone doing? It's a joy to have you here. Let's go straight to today's conversation, but please keep it interactive, right? Honestly, like Happy New Month. Sorry, Happy New Month, Happy New Month. I was saying that I hope people will not think that this however that is April Fool, it's been on April Fool's Day, but it's for real that we're doing it. So let's go straight to today's gist. Start your cloud DevOps career now, right? You can transition from wherever you are. Good to see you, my dear sis. Good to see you too, Sister Tomisi. Yeah, so start your career, your cloud DevOps career now. You can start from wherever you are, right? And one of the things we also wanted you to know in this webinar is that some of you have set New Year resolutions, but you have not done it yet. Some of you have said this year I'm going to transition. Even me personally, like I spent like 2 hours last night and I was just reflecting. I said, God, all these goals that I wrote for 2026, when am I going to accomplish it? See, let me tell you, 25% of this year is gone already. 25% of the year is gone. And if you don't put systems in place for whatever goals you have put for this year, it's not going to happen. So anything that you have not already started doing now and you plan to do this year, 2026, I don't know if I said 2025 earlier, but if you have not put any systems in place for, just know that it's not going to get done. And that's why we're here. So all of you that are looking to transition into tech in this year, 2026, we are here to support you. We are here to help you put those systems in place so that you can actually do this dream. You can actually accomplish this goal that you have set for yourself. So let's get into the conversation. My name is Gbemisola. For those that don't know me, I am a cloud DevOps manager in one of the big four consulting firms in the UK. I'm the founder of Cloudboosta, certified AWS solutions architect, even though I need to update it with all my numerous other certifications I've gotten recently. I have over 8 years experience in digital innovation, large-scale technology transformation that has impacted millions of users globally. I'm a wife, I'm a mom, I'm a mentor. I'm passionate about women, technology, kingdom. I'm primarily based in the UK. I'm in the UK at the moment for I'm in UK at the moment, but I travel a lot. So if you see me in Lagos, if you see me in Canada, if you see me anywhere, it's still me, right? I just move around quite a lot, and it's part of the flexibility that comes with the work that I do. So today, as the founder and lead instructor at Cloudboosta Academy, I'll be showing you how you can transition into a tech career in 16 weeks. Who is this conversation for? And I want you to tell me what number you are in the chat box. Are you a career switcher? Are you a recent graduate? Are you a tech beginner or an IT professional already? Give me any of those numbers in the chat box, whatever category you are. If this conversation is for you if you fall into any of these categories, right? The first one is if you're a career switcher, you're looking to transition from where you are into tech. Or if you're a recent graduate, you're just finished school, or you're still in school actually, and you want to enter into a high demand tech career. Or are you a tech beginner, right? You don't have a coding background, you're curious about tech, give me in the chat box. Or are you a tech professional? You're already in tech. but you want to move to another area that has more potential. If you've been thinking about cloud, this is your sign to not just think about it, but take an action today. I'm going to tell you all the things about, being in this world of cloud. Like I said, I've been in this field for over 8 years, and it's been so rewarding for me. I was reflecting on my career the other day because I started working in tech in February 28, 2018. I'll never forget. That was when I started my first cloud job, my first tech job. And it's been over 8 years, and I was like, God, I'm so grateful for this career field. I studied mechanical engineering at uni. I even did it for my bachelor's and master's. That's how much I love the engineering. But man, I was thinking about where the world is going. I was like, well, if this career direction is not working, even though, yes, I had a first class, I had a distinction in my master's, it did not matter. I'm like, see, I'm going to move to a field where the world is going and I'll be relevant. I'm glad I made that decision. So I hope you guys are able to find some direction today from the conversation we're having. The cloud opportunity. Now, this is something that you can actually check out yourself. See, we're in an information age, so anything that anybody tells you, just feel free to be checking it off in your chat, or anything that you're checking, because these are true numbers. These are true numbers. The global cloud market as of 2026 is actually a $1.2 trillion market, and is growing at a rate of 20% every single year. We have over 2 million cloud jobs globally that are unfilled because the demand far exceeds the supply. And at the moment, as we speak, the average entry-level salary for a cloud, entry-level, not even mid-level, entry-level salary, and this is very conservative, is about $45,000, which is around £30,000 for those in the UK, and you can convert it to currencies of whatever country you are in. The cloud industry is not a trend, right? It is the infrastructure of the modern world. Right now, you cannot deploy a modern application without building it on the cloud. Once you don't use the cloud for your modern, just know that that application is not modern, is not next generation, is not the next thing. Know that in the next couple of years or next couple of months even, you're going to start facing challenges that applications don't face in this one. So what I'm trying to say is that you cannot deploy anything technology related in this day and age without building it on the cloud. It's absolutely impossible. Because if you want it to stand the test of time, you cannot do it. So there is a lot of opportunity. And for everyone that is listening right now, this is probably, what has stopped you so far. You're thinking that, how will I move into cloud DevOps when I don't have a tech background? When you're thinking, I don't have the time. I don't even know where to start from. And some of you are thinking, what if I'm too late? It's better late than I remember I started my career in 2018, like I said. And for me, when I started my career, a number of my classmates that we finished university together had started various careers already. Some of them had jumped on graduate programs, some of them had traveled, because we finished that UI in 2014, and let's say early 2015, January 2015, and imagine that was 3 years to when I started my tech career. For some people, they had already moved on. Some people were already working in FCMG. Some people already got good jobs immediately after youth service in 2016, in my own case. And I was just thinking, God, this is time when people are already started working. This is when I'm thinking of going to do my master. This is when I'm going to think, So it seemed like by the time I started in 2018, I remember having those impression of, gosh, am I not too late to start my career? But see, the thing about time is that time would always pass. I want you to know that if you make a decision that you're going to start your tech career this Q2, right? There are still some people that will not make that decision. And 5 years down the line, you will have gotten 5 years experience. Somebody will still be saying that, you know what, I'm thinking about this thing. So my point is that time will pass. Don't be intimidated. You have time. You're not too late. You're never too late. It's better late than never, like the popular adage says. So why should you start now? Number one, hiring picks up in Q2. Companies at this point, and honestly, like even my 9 to 5, like we just wrapped up performance appraisal and all of that with the first quarter of the year. Usually, most companies start their financial year in Q2, like my company. Because personally, I have also experienced a huge, I experienced a huge surge in the number of organizations reaching out to me personally for jobs. I'm at a level where the companies that are reaching out to me for jobs as head of cloud, head of DevOps, and things like that. And even more recently this year, I'm telling you my own experience. In fact, maybe next webinar I'll put some screenshots. This is the first one this year that I actually started having contact from. Normally I get contacted by recruiters in the UK, But this year, I just started noticing that people asking if I was doing a job in Canada, and I was not joking to my sister about that. Canada people are calling me. Are you sure I should not answer this call like this? Why am I saying all of this? There are opportunities available globally, and you can access it. This opportunity is not for somebody to boast about, right? It's for you to know that opportunities are there. And most recently, between February and March, I've seen that huge surge, because usually some companies are very skeptical about hiring in January, start of the year. They're still trying to tidy up last year and all of that. But this is the time. So hiring picks up in Q2. Companies finalize their budgets. They post new roles, right? April to June is the peak hiring season in tech, and you can leverage that. Secondly, within 6 months, you can get certified. So start now, and I'll show you what your journey will look like in 2026, right? If you make a decision now, you can before the end of this year, you can have 1 or 2 cloud certifications that employers are looking for, and not just certifications, but other things that we offer. Think about your year-end goals. Any goal that you want to achieve by 2026, you should have started working towards it now. Every professional who end up this year employed, you have to have started either Q1 or Q2. So there's no more time to waste, right? Anybody that needs to get anything done this year, this is time to start if you haven't started already, okay? The truth that most people don't know is this. Some of you think that, these are some of the things that you don't know. Some of you think that, I have to start over. I have to spend 20 hours a day to study. I have to quit my current job. But that's not true. You can actually transition while you are in your role. You don't have to quit your job. You don't have to quit your job. That's why we have designed our own program in such a way that whether you are working or whether you're a busy mom or whatever it is, you can actually get started on this journey. You don't need to start your life over again. You can get into cloud at any point in time and at any whatever stage of life you're in. So all you need is structure and the right roadmap. And the problem is not that you have not tried, because I know some of you have tried, some of you have tried self-learning, but there was no guided direction or roadmap. Some of you have tried to check online, what do I need to be a cloud DevOps professional, or how do I need to transition instead? But you got a list, confusing list of different tools. You tried different AI tools, and all of them gave you different outputs, and now it's looking confusing, right? Some of you hear information like, you need to learn Java first, and you're thinking, I want to do cloud. What do I need Java for? What's Java in the first place? So all of this conflicting and confusing information is coming your way, even while you've tried, right? Some of you are thinking that some of you have even started to learn, and while you started learning, you got stuck along the way. There was nobody for you to ask for help. That is why we are here. So it's not like some of you have actually tried. Maybe you even watched the tutorial and following step by step, but you got stuck. You didn't know what to do after. So, but the thing is that it's not that you have not tried, it's that nobody has given you a clear entry point. They haven't given you a blueprint, a roadmap that you need, and you haven't had the level of support that you need. There's no better way. I'm just happy. Sometimes I think about the world we live in, and I'm like, I think I'm even glad that I got into my field before the world of AI, because I can correct if AI is giving an information that is wrong about my field, which happens a lot of times. I can correct that AI tool, so it's only people that are in the field that can really, really give you the domain knowledge of what is going on. I appreciate AI. I'm not undermining the effort, but we all know that there are gaps with AI implementation. I remember forwarding a post to one of my friends recently about AI, because one of my friends really into AI. Anytime I see any post about AI, I just wanted to tell her, look at you put AI, see how it's hallucinating and making up things that don't exist. Because AI is very particular about sounding true as opposed to being true. So there are still gaps with AI. Hopefully it gets better over time. I love AI. I want to continue to use AI in my work, but I'm just saying that you can't sit down for AI to teach you all these things we're talking about. You need people who are actually in the field, who have done projects in the field, that can show you the way forward. Okay, so Cloud DevOps is not insurmountable, even though it's a technical field. It's not insurmountable. It's a learnable skill set, and we have people who have learned from us and they're really doing well in their careers, and that can be you. So one is a skill that people can learn, right? Even though you have a full-time job, you have a family, and you don't have any prior tech background, you can actually learn it. So some of you, I want to look at some of the assumptions and what it actually takes. Some people think that, if you look at all the things towards the left, some of you think that you need a CS, that's a computer science or engineering degree, right? Some of you think that, some of you assume that you need years of coding experience. Some of you assume that you need full-time study commitment. Some of you assume that, it's not possible to start, you're starting completely from zero, which is not true. So the truth of the matter, which are the things on the right, is that what you actually need is a structured learning path. And you need to put in about 8 to 10 hours, 8 to 12 hours every week. You don't need to do that every day, but every week you need the right career guidance and mentorship, and you need a willingness to learn and grow. I feel like when it comes to this transition journey, your attitude more than many other things matter. Some people are focused on technical skills, but let me tell you, it's the attitude, your willingness, your tenacity, your ability to push through challenges. That's what will get you through. And for me, I'm telling you from my own experience, like I said, engineering is not the same thing as tech, right? What I did in university, everything, I mean, we did things like fluid dynamics. We did elasticity. I can't remember some of the courses. Like the strength of materials. We did all of that. And that's not what I'm doing today. So it's not what they taught me in school that I'm doing. I had to learn these skills. But what has helped me to be where I am today, I'm still growing. And what will help you is the right attitude. Some opportunities have come my way. People we just like your attitude. We just like your energy, and that was it. So now the technical skills, I was able to build it, of course, as I was going along, but your soft skills matter. Okay, so you don't need to start over. That's what I'm saying. You already have a good attitude. You're already working somewhere. Even if you're a stay-at-home mom, right? You have learned how to multitask. You have learned how to if you are married, you have learned how to negotiate. Like marriage is a game of negotiation. You have to negotiate a lot with your spouse, right? Even if you're not married, a single, whatever it is that you're doing is relevant. So your existing work, whether you're in finance, healthcare, logistics, admin, it is all relevant. And there was a webinar I did recently. You guys can watch the review. I broke down different career paths that you currently may be in and how those things are directly related to the cloud. So please visit our YouTube channel to see that. So everything you're doing right now is an advantage. It is not a waste. You already understand the context that you're in, whether it's business context and the problems that you're trying to solve. Some people come to us at Cloudboosta and they're like, me, I'm not transitioning. Me, I just want to, I'm a health professional. I love my field, but I want to see how tech can help. And we've actually been able to open up their minds to possibilities. So whatever field you're in, you understand that domain already. You already understand that context. Like, I have a family member of mine that is a medical doctor, and she took this training at Cloudboosta as a doctor. You have people, physiotherapists, different fields, lawyers, they come, want to learn the compliance part of what you're trading. So you can imagine. So whether you choose to remain in your field or whether you choose to transition, your knowledge is relevant. So if you're not tech person that are hearing this, I want you to know that you have permission to learn what we're talking about. If you already have some tech background, like one of my sister said on the call, she's in project management already, hear this as a validation, right? You can do it either way. You're not behind. What you've learned has actually given you some context into this world, right? And you can leverage it to build a successful career. Many organizations leverage cloud computing: banks, hospitals, retailers, logistics companies, governments. The company you currently work at probably has a cloud build and no one on the staff fully understands. So that's where you can step in. With the way industries are changing and all of that, you can actually step in. You can step in. You can be, there are many things to explore in the world of cloud. You can be a cloud DevOps engineer, you can be a platform engineer, you can be FinOps specialist. We've done webinars where we've talked about all these different roles. Don't be overwhelmed. But what I'm trying to say is that there are many areas that you can explore within the cloud space, and we work across different industries. I personally have worked with financial services, I've worked with government clients, I've worked with TMT, telecommunications clients, and retail and consumer goods. I did a migration project for a retail and consumer goods company recently. It was really successful. So there's a lot happening in the cloud space. So the lifestyle a cloud career gives you. Some of you joined us last webinar, right? We talked about having a very remote job, well-paid job, and always in the mic, can work from anywhere. Some of you have seen some of you in different parts of the world. There was time I was in Nigeria, my taxi, the person that the Uber driver was like, I know you, I saw your webinar and all of that. And it happens sometimes with you Cloudboosta and all of that, different parts of the world, because I work from everywhere and anywhere. So basically that's the kind of life you could live as well. Fully remote, you can work from anywhere. As long as you get a good job that is willing to give you that flexibility, you can earn better, right? You can earn better, you can stay relevant. The good thing about tech and our field is keeps you on your toes. You have to continue to do your certifications. I did my recertification recently. I have another exam. I'm currently doing a training at work. I have an exam on Friday. I was supposed to have another exam that I had to move the one I had to next week so I could do this one for Friday because I'm currently being trained for it. Like, this is the world, and it's rewarding. I know that as I'm doing my certification, I'm doing my exam, my salary is getting, my bonus, I'm becoming more attractive in the job markets, right? My company values me more because I'm adding to my knowledge, and you're in a rewarding field. So it's a beautiful place to be in. We've enjoyed it, and you can also enjoy it. So now look at 6 months down the line. If you make a decision today, this month you can decide that, you know what, I want to choose a path. Before the end of this month, you coming into Cloudboosta, you didn't know anything about Cloudboosta. Before the end of this month, you already understand some basic cloud concepts, right? You already understand fundamentals. You're already been introduced to some of our biggest cloud service providers. By next month, just think about it. You'll have completed your cloud fundamentals course, and you would already be preparing for your first project. By June, you are going to 100% going to give your first cloud presentation. And that job, we always document our students' journey, because we see how they go from not knowing anything and they're doing their first project, and even when they're also like saying those cloud concepts, I'm thinking that me that I don't know what all these things mean. Look at me presenting, so it happens. Like, and you can be that person. You can learn. By July, you're already on your second learning pathway, and you're already landing interview opportunities. You're applying for jobs. By August, again this year, you're already working towards your first certification while you're doing your second pathway, right? And you're already working towards passing your first certification. And then between September and December, we're talking about your first job. You're applying with confidence, because now you've built your portfolio from your project, your classwork. Every single thing you do at Cloudboosta is relevant from day one. You're creating your AWS account, you're building solutions on the cloud. It's not theoretical, it's practical. I've seen how things are done in the industry. All my instructors and facilitators, they're doing an amazing, incredible work. We're bringing from our industry knowledge and sharing with you. Sometimes what we're teaching in class is exactly what we're doing at work. Current projects at work. You're really talking about it on a Saturday after you finish working on it Monday to Friday. So you're with the best of hands, and this is what your journey could like. But if you don't make a decision and you're still like, well, maybe later, this is another year. You have another year, means another opportunity. This is another quarter. If you didn't do anything first quarter, you can start and look at what the rest of the year could potentially look like for you. Okay, so I was talking about AI earlier. It didn't shrink the demand for cloud skills. It's even doubled it, because right now, AI is fully powered on the cloud. Every AI tool that a business deploys, they need a cloud infrastructure behind it. More AI means more servers, more pipelines, more engineers to build them. And that's where you come in. So these skills are not competing with AI. AI actually runs on the cloud. It's complementary. AI needs a lot of computing power, where Cloud DevOps comes in, and many other things. So for a worried worker, you're thinking, but AI is the easy. Let me go into AI, right? AI is never in isolation. The exam that I said I moved to next week, 11th of April, thereabouts, when I'm going to write, is a certification that has to do with both cloud and AI. So it's complementary, right? There's a lot going on. So for AI is not a threat, right? It's not a threat. I heard someone say something I found so profound, that AI is only going to replace people who don't use AI for their jobs, right? And we use AI significantly, and AI runs on the cloud. So since 2023, we've experienced, some people will tell you that, how about the demand for DevOps engineers is reduced and all of that. The job titles may change, but the demand has not changed. So what people say DevOps engineer, it may have dropped by 54%, but guess what? When we search things like platform engineer, which is an area of Cloud DevOps engineer, you will see that was a 300% rise, right? When you search for things like infrastructure reliability engineer, we're talking about an increase of about 200% plus. In fact, one of our Cloudboosta alumni reached out to me today, because he was about to do an interview and all of that. And it was like, look at the title of the job they recruited me for. That one, I was actually just hearing about it for the first time, I'm telling you. And it was because the skills are relevant. That was a build reliability engineer. I don't know if he's on the call, because we had a conversation earlier. I was even at my chair. I had to call when I saw his call, right? And it was like, this is the job that you were really impressed. And I was like, look at that. I mean, build reliability engineer. I was just hearing it for the first time. But good thing is that we teach you a range of skills, and then you can tailor it to any of these job roles. So the opportunities are there. The roles didn't disappear. They just got renamed, right? And the pay also went up with them. So basically, having another certification for you on your journey, adding as you get more certifications, is rewarding, because you're increasing your value in the market. Some companies reward you for being certified. You're increasing the company's profile, and the opportunities just continue to go higher. So you don't need to quit your job to do what we're selling at Cloudboosta, right? What we do at Cloudboosta is that we have weekend classes. You have structured weekly lessons, right? There's no decision fatigue. You have live instructors. every Saturday teaching you. You can ask questions and get guidance real time. Some of these industry professionals that teach you at Cloudboosta, if you go and reach out to them on LinkedIn, they may be too busy. They may not have the opportunity to respond to you, but because they're the ones teaching you in class, they respond to your questions real time. And you also have peer support. That's one of the benefits of a training like ours, right? That community is just very powerful because you're not alone. If you're watching videos online, you're on your own, you're watching videos, you get stuck, you don't know what to do, you're just on your own. So if the program costs you a particular amount, certification increases that particular amount, and the return on investment is right there from day one. You're already seeing return on investment. So what you're walking away with a training with us at Cloudboosta is you're getting a verified skill set that you can demonstrate, not just describe, right? You're getting a lifestyle upgrade. You can work remotely, you can multiply your income, you can stay relevant, and you're getting career tools, strategies, and guidance that will help you land your job. And not just that, to even sustain it, because we always maintain relationships with our alumni community. I can see some of them on the call. We never ever let our alumni go, whether you landed on a job, whether you're going to get your job. Yeah, with us for life. We're here to support you. We're cheering you on, as you continue to progress in your career. So the answers to the questions you're sitting with, you're thinking, I don't have enough time. At Cloudboosta, if you learn with us, you need about 8 to 12 hours a week. That's the requirement. If you can find that, and that's also, and yeah, you do that during the week, 8 to 10 hours. If I say Monday to Friday, and then you come to class on Saturday, Sundays are completely free. Rest on Sundays. You don't need to work every day. I don't believe in working every day. Sundays, shut down everything, rest, watch movies, enjoy yourself, but you put in the hours during the working. Some of you are thinking, I don't have a tech background. The answer to that is that neither did most of our students at the start of the program. The program actually assumes that you don't have a tech background. So we are thinking, I cannot afford it right now. There are payment plans available, right? You can split the payment. So we are saying, what if I fail the exam? Exam prep is part of the program, right? So until you're ready, you sit it, and guess what? Even if you write the exam and you fail, you write it again. I've failed many exams in my field. It's not written on my head. At the end of the day, when you are saying, it's only if you say it that people will know. You put it right there on your profile that, you know what, I've passed my exam, and that's all that matters. What is the next step for you as you listen to me, and then I'll go to your questions. I want you to know that at Cloudboosta, we have 4 intensive pathways to your dream role, right? 4 pathways, many more to come. Right now, we offer the cloud computing pathway for 8 weeks. We have the advanced DevOps pathway for 8 weeks. We have the platform engineer pathway for 8 weeks. And we have the site reliability engineer pathway for another 8 weeks. Okay? So, at Cloudboosta, we take you from beginner to being job ready. What do we give you at Cloudboosta? These are the 12 program pillars. The first one is that you have a structured learning at Cloudboosta. You have what we call bespoke lab sessions. Every topic that you learn with us at Cloudboosta, you practicalize it immediately. You're going into your breakout room and you're building solutions on that topic, and all of this adds to your experience. You work with relevant tools that are in high demand. Every time we review our curriculum, any tool that we know that is going to move it from our curriculum, anything that we see that is in high demand, we'll put it in our curriculum. We're not static. We're going where the world is going. We're not loyal to anything. We're loyal only to where the world is going, right? You have access to industry experts. Like I said, this is a summary slide of some of the things I've said. There's motivation and accountability, right? You have to be accountable. You have an accountability partner, and we're cheering you on every single day. For people that are currently in our program, I don't know if you guys are also on the call. You see how every single day we're sending you emails, and like that's how committed and dedicated we are to your success. We have weekly drop-in sessions. You can book a session with us. Your stock, even though we teach on Saturday, you have access to us on Slack to reach out. So you can still book one-on-one sessions with us because we want you to succeed, right? You work on group projects. All of this forms your experience. You're building your soft skills. This is very important. You can never be a cloud DevOps engineer alone, right? You're always working with people, and you need your soft skills in addition to your technical skills. Your time with us at Cloudboosta classes for work experience, right? You have career support, your CV review. We do CV review, interview simulation, preparation sessions. We help you to optimize your LinkedIn profile. It's a full package. You can't just come to us and all we're teaching is technical skills. We teach you everything that you need, right? There's opportunities for internship as well, and we support you as part of the alumni community even when you finish. And any of the pathways that you decide to go for, right, you have all of these 12 pillars featured in. So we have a special discount for this Easter period. Some of us are wrapping up for Easter. We have a long weekend, thankfully. After Thursday is Tuesday, so we're like, let's do this webinar, let's speak to you. So you can think about everything, right? We have a special Easter discounts for you. So if you want to come on board, which would encourage you to, this discount expires just shortly after Easter. I want you to think about it. Maybe you talk to a few family members, tell them to come and sponsor you, tell them to give you gift, tell them come and invest in my lifelong learning, right? Each cloud pathway actually goes for £1,500, but we have a special discount where you're only going to pay £1,350 for each of the pathways. And the more pathways you do, the less you pay. We always recommend that you do at least 2 pathways with us, which is the Zero to Cloud and the Advanced DevOps. Once you combine it together, instead of it to even get everything for the original price of £3,000, and instead of it to even pay 2,700, which is the price discounted rate for 2 pathways, you're only going to pay £2,400. And like we said, installment plans are available. You're going to be with us for 16 weeks plus alumni community until you get your job. It's a whole lot of investment. Like I said, I'm currently doing a training at work right now. Each person, the training is for 3 days. Everybody paid £2,000, 3 days training. You can check online. There are trainings like that. Everybody £2,000, 3 days. And we are saying that pay 2,400 for 16 weeks. The math does not add up. But for us, it's about the value that we're giving to you. And we know that you have the potential to be. All of this, I'm working here, I got a job here, and all of that. I'm not here to boast. I'm only here to tell you that you too, you can be in that same position. It's very possible. One person cannot access, when like the number of recruiters that have reached out to me, even this year alone, it's just been 3 months in the year. The amount of people that have said, we work on your CV recruitment, they've been doing all sorts of assessment for me. I'm just like, these opportunities are not for me alone. Even if I want to pick one of those jobs, right? I'm only one person that can just do one of the jobs. How about the remaining jobs? Who's going to do it? That's where you come in. That's where everyone comes in. Everybody can transition. You can start today. You don't need to have a background. You don't need to know anything. Just get started and let's start building your portfolio so that 2 years down the line, you're in a different place. 5 years down the line, you also, but senior leadership roles already come, because this trend has come to stay. So join us today. Reach out to one of our program advisors in the chat box. If you choose to do if you choose to do the complete mastery, you want to do, some of you are on that pathway already. If you're doing all the 4 pathways with us, instead of paying £6,000, you're only going to pay £4,500, and you're going to be with us for 32 weeks. Just imagine all the things you're going to learn. So send Insta discount to one of our program advisors, ED to one of our program. Lock down this price. Like, this is our move. I'm telling you, this is our move. Like, it's a significant value for what you're going to pay. I'm telling you, significant value for what you're going to pay. All right, so I'm just going to go straight into your question. So our program advisors today. If you want to make payments, you can scan the QR code to pay, or you can scan any of these QR codes to speak with one of our program advisors. Thank you, everyone, for listening. I hope you guys heard all the gist. Sometimes people say you talk very fast, but hopefully you guys are able to follow along. I'm going to go straight into the questions now. And if you have any questions, please put it on Slido. We prefer it being on Slido so that we can keep track of it. Okay. So could you provide, someone is asking, could you provide a roadmap for cloud engineering, especially what to learn first? Is there a structured learning path? What is the average fee for a Nigerian? Good question. If you want to be a cloud engineer, I would say that let's lay the foundation, right? And this is what we do at Cloudboosta. You need a bit, it's good for you to have a bit of knowledge, because there is some scripting that is involved in cloud. Linux particularly, Linux is not difficult to learn. You can learn Linux, right? You need a bit, and then you need to just understand the general gist. So if I have to break down the curriculum for you, and you can even begin to learn this on your own, right? But if I have to break down the curriculum for you, you want to get started in your cloud journey, you must understand how to store data on the cloud. You have to understand computing on the cloud. You have to understand how databases are built on the cloud. You need to understand security. Security is very important. What are security tools on the cloud? There's IAM rules. There's WAF. There's web application firewalls. There is, there's AWS Guard Duty. There's AWS Inspector. There are many different security tools you need to know, right, that will help you to secure your AWS accounts. You need to understand how networking works on the cloud. How do you connect computers, right? How do you connect computers to non-computers? How do you connect different devices that can speak to each other? You need to understand networking. You need to understand a bit. So I always say that let's start with one cloud provider before you go to other ones. Right now, we've introduced Microsoft Azure in our training, but before it was just AWS. And why do we introduce Microsoft Azure? We noticed that there are lots of roles within the Microsoft Azure space. And I always say, once you learn one cloud provider, you can apply it to the other ones, right? It's not like, it's the same principle. It's just different languages, different cloud providers. So ultimately, you learn all of these different tools. So with that begins your cloud journey. You need to know how different services work together. So you need to understand how architectural diagrams work. These are things that you'll be asked to produce during your presentation for the person that is asking for a roadmap. So those are some of the modules you need to look into. How do they all fit together? And then get your AWS Solutions Architect Associate certification. Doing that certification gives you a broad view of different services. For us at Cloudboosta, our focus is really on the hands-on learning, because we want you to have skills that you can talk about during your interview. So this is very important. So we do a lot of hands-on, teach you and all of that. So in addition to hands-on, it's also very important for you to actually get like certification, which gives you a broad knowledge. So see Cloudboosta as going deep in all the different concepts that we know that you need to land your first job, and then certification gives that broad view. We teach you what you need to do for both scenarios, okay? So that helps. So that's a structured learning part you can follow. And for an average person in Nigeria, everybody knows that salary, when it comes to salary in Nigeria, it varies. I have people who are DevOps engineers in Nigeria who are earning in dollars. Some people are in Nigeria, they're working jobs abroad. Some people are, you can have people who are earning up to about 1.5 million as a DevOps engineer. Some people are earning 2, some people are earning 2.5, some people are earning $800, $1,000 per month, depending on what they get paid. So those are some of the, but you would say an average of, I don't think I've met DevOps engineer. I mean, let's an average of 1.2 to 1.5, but that is really conservative, especially when you have many years of experience. We're talking about millions, right there. And this is the information you can verify from recruiters, right? I'll take another question. If you have questions, please put it. What's the realistic time to learn from scratch and land a job, right? I always say it's planned for 3 to 6 months. Plan for an average of 3 to 6 months. I heard that class certifications expire and need to be renewed regularly. Does that mean there's an ongoing cost and time commitment? Yes, you have to keep getting. I did my certification earlier this year. You have to keep learning and keep being on your feet. But guess what? It is rewarding. The more you know, the more value you're adding to yourself. So it is rewarding. I've talked about how much time you need per week to dedicate to your learning, okay? I'm based in Africa. Should I be targeting remote roles with Western companies, or are there growing cloud opportunities within the African market? Very good question. There are opportunities within the African market as well as opportunities abroad. Target both. Don't limit your opportunity to one place alone. So those are the questions I've seen. Is there any other person that has a question? Please ask before we call it a day. Like I said, this one was a round table discussion. And you guys have made me do all the talking, but hopefully if you have more questions, I can answer them and then we call it an evening. But thank you so much everyone for listening. I hope that the presentation has given you more insights into what we do. If you have any questions, please reach out to our program advisors. They will be able to guide you. We can't wait to welcome you. We can't wait to have you. Gojuko, I don't know if you're just coming in, but yeah, I just finished talking about the course. You can reach out to one of our program advisors. We have 4 pathways. Each of those pathways are 8 weeks each. We recommend you do 2 pathways minimum, and your 2 pathways is £2,400. If you choose one pathway, £1,350 discounted rates. Okay. And then there is so much support that you can get. I would advise that you watch the recording of this course so that you can get the full, or just reach out to one of our program advisors. They'll give you the full gist as to what we have to offer. Okay, thank you everyone. That brings us to the end. I've talked about fees already. You asking me about fees? Yeah, that's the price. So one pathway, £1,350 for 8 weeks. 2 pathways, £2,400 for 16 weeks. And if you choose to do all the 4 pathways for 32 weeks, you're paying £4,500. And like I said, it's significantly more value for what you're going to get. That's the feedback we get from all our students all the time. All right, please, I'm going to have to call you an evening now in the absence of further questions. Please reach out to our program advisors who are here. We can set up calls with you. We want to help. We want to, we would guide you on what we have to offer. There's installment payment plans available. You can also research all those things that I've said. These days, nobody can come and bubble. You can check it yourself. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Please enjoy the rest of your evening. That brings us to the end. Please don't forget to send Easter discount to one of our program advisors, and they will guide you. All right. Thank you, everyone. Have a good, lovely evening, and happy Easter in advance for those that celebrate Easter. Happy Easter in advance. All right. Thanks, everyone. Bye.